Hello, I'm back, guys. I just reset up this stream, so I'm hoping that the sound on this is so much better. Alfie has been patiently waiting, and he's hoping that you guys can hear us now. Oh, he's like, can you just finish brushing me, Mom? I'm back. I've never had that happen with my sound, but it doesn't seem like it was going to go back. So I figured I might as well just restart. So if you guys are back on, definitely let me know if the sound is still going in and out or if it sounds better this time. There was something happening where almost everything on my screen had like a faint line through it, didn't look solid. So there was definitely a little bit of a glitch. I wound up just restarting everything, and I'm hoping that makes it a lot better. Hello, Leslie. Thanks for coming back. I'm so sorry about the technical difficulties. It's so hard doing computer things when you're not a tech savvy person. Hello, Amelia. Happy Sunday. How are you? It's nice to see you here. Doing my little grooming with Alfie. I took a little pause while I reset up my stream, which always takes me a couple minutes. Oh, good, JW. Thank you so much for letting me know. I'm so glad it's so much better. I was hoping that I could just click right back into that stream, but it looked like for whatever reason, everything just needed to be. That's like what I do when I have to fix anything technical. I'm like, let's just restart the computer and see what happens. So it seems like it's working way better, which is awesome. What a good boy. So I've got all my pets back on their supplements. I gave them a few days off because Lola wasn't feeling well and I was afraid to give them all of their stuff, just in case it upset her stomach. But she's back on her vitamins and minerals, and she seems like she's good this week, which is such a relief. Oh, phew. Thank you so much for letting me know, Tiffany, because I think it's okay if your picture's not great. I can deal with a not great picture, but not great sound is tough to listen to. I don't always watch every single thing. I just like to have some noise in the background. So if the sound is bad, I know that would really bum me out. So I'm glad that the sound is so much better, you guys. I've been challenging myself this month not to watch any TV, and it has been super challenging. I don't consider YouTube to be TV, so I can still watch some YouTube, although I'm trying to get a lot of work done this month with like getting my new channel going. And I'm also are any of you guys also into, are you also into doing YouTubes or anything like that? Or have you tried to do YouTube, or have you thought about like making a YouTube video? Hope you don't mind me asking, like I'm all over the place with my subjects, but I love making YouTube videos. So I'm curious if anybody else likes to. JW says, Megan, are you attending Tony Robbins Unleash the Power Within? I missed the registration period. So JW, that's a really interesting question. I need to rate them to ask if they're going to have a replay of the Unleash the Power Within when they do it, just like they did with the breakthrough, breakthrough 2022 that I just did. Physically, I've done Unleash the Power, and I just like with my current health stuff that I'm healing from and getting better from, I can't do the long days physically that they have. I can probably do like 4 hours a day maximum of any kind of class, but like 14 or 16 or whatever we did when I went to UPW is just too much for me. So I want to write them and ask if I can do it like in replay. I'd like to do part of it live, but I just have to do it in chunks. I'm curious if you have seen anything about whether there's a replay or anything like that. But yeah, so I missed the registration period too. I would like to do it. I just don't have I think it's usually 4 days, and I don't have 4 days for like 15 hours a day that I can do it. Although I love the program. So I need to figure out what the story is. And if I can get a replay, yes, I'm definitely going to do it. I'm going to see my husband like kind of not at that exact time, but right around then also. So I can't go see him and like just be doing Tony Robbins the whole time. And by doing Tony Robbins, I mean listening to Tony Robbins. But Anyway, so yeah, I want to very much. I'm still working on the last few days of the breakthrough. I just have so many hours of health things I have to do per day to heal from the mold. So I have a pretty long, and I'm not complaining about it, but set of things that I do to get better. So I have to really like space it out and always make sure that I'm taking care of my body as well. Amelia says, I was wondering if you had any tips on combing puppies. I got my Yorkie a week ago, but when I try to comb her, she wants to eat the comb. Um, so yes, so first of all, I've definitely got a video up, which is a good one about how to groom a Yorkie face, and I think it also shows me grooming the body a little bit more too. I'm editing another video just where it's going to have a voiceover and where I'm grooming my Yorkies because a lot of people ask how I get my Yorkies to lay like this. Um, Amelia, I think there's a few different things about grooming your Yorkie. Like one thing that I would always recommend is when you have a Yorkie puppy, really tire that puppy out before you even think about trying to groom it because trying to groom a puppy that has tons of puppy energy where you haven't just taken a walk or just done a ton of playing with toys and things like that is going to be 10 times harder. So I always find it to be so much easier if you actually take the time to play with your dog first and then after that groom and just really just work on grooming for a few minutes at a time. So maybe just do a few mini sessions a day so it's a really positive experience. I don't think that most puppies are going to let you do what my dogs do, which is to just sort of like lay here and let you groom them on their back. So just keep in mind that he is 4 and the girls are 8, and so they're at a really different period than little babies. Most of the time when you have a baby, you're going to more stand them up. You're going to need to talk to them a lot, tell them it's okay, maybe do a little massaging and then a little grooming. It's much more challenging to do anything with a puppy. I'm curious if anybody else, I know a lot of you guys that are on here have puppies as well. So if you have any tips to share on how you are successfully grooming your puppy, there was anything that worked for you or didn't work for you, would be awesome if you wanted to share it in the comments too. I have not had a puppy in so many years at this point. So Lola was a puppy 8 years ago. So it's been so long. I just know it takes a lot of patience and puppies always do better if you tire them out first, but you also have a pretty calm environment when you're doing your puppy grooming. JW says, good question about the replay. I will check if a replay is available. If not, then I'll catch it next time. Yeah, I mean, I just think a replay would be great. Like, we could definitely still do it, JW, because it's not happening for, I think, another 45 days or something. I just think I bet you there will be a replay. I would expect that there will be because it's online now, so I don't see why they wouldn't have one, you know? Laura says, I found a great solution combing my Yorkie puppy with a wet and dry brush before using the comb. Oh, that's really awesome that that works well for you. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's a great hint, Laura. Thank you. Marcella says, hi, Megan. This is my second time live. Thank you. And I watch your videos and enjoy it. I have 2 Yorkies, Marco, just turned 4 yesterday, and Marley, 1 on the 17th. I currently feed them my perfect pet food. That is awesome, Marcella. I love their names too. I love Marcella, Marco, and Marley. You've got all the M's. That's so great. Amelia says, I try brushing her every day. That's awesome, Amelia. Jasmine, I know I said it after I said it. I was like, let me just clear. I think everybody knows what I meant, but I was like, I don't mean it that way. Marcella says, I tried Just Food for Dogs and my Yorkie had an allergy. Why did you stop feeding Just Food for Dogs? They just grew really fast because everybody got dogs during the pandemic and they were having trouble keeping up with consistent shipping. And then, so things weren't always arriving on time and they were arriving spoiled. And then when you would try to call customer service, you were on hold for an hour. So I think that it's a great company. I really like it. And I do believe in their food. But just at that point, it just was not, it wasn't consistent enough. And for me to get I think I got 2 deliveries that were both spoiled food. And I just don't have time to deal with huge boxes of rotten food. Throwing away trash in the city is it's such a big deal. It's not like I don't know, it's not like you just take it out so easily. It's like you have to get down to the basement, the trash has to go out at a certain time in the morning. I don't know, it's just like a huge pain, and they delivered like the grossest, most spoiled food ever. It was just there were a bunch of avoidable things that happened. So I just decided to go back to Evermore, and everything has been so smooth with them. And I think it's nice to change up your dog's food sometimes. So that's why I changed. I think Just Food for Dogs is still a great company. I think they just seem to need to catch up a little bit with the demand. I mean, I don't know how they could make it so new people couldn't purchase their food. They probably can't do that. But it just seems like maybe people that had been subscribing for years should have had priority with the food. um, that's interesting that your dog had an allergy. What flavor food did your dog have an allergy to? I know that my dogs are allergic to chicken, so I don't know if it was chicken or if it was something else. I don't even honestly remember if they have chicken or not, but definitely let me know in the comments what flavor food your dog was eating when she had an or he or she had an allergy. Miss Millie says, "My Yorkie would never." That's funny. JW says, "Sorry to hear about Just Food for Dogs. Hopefully they've ironed out their glitches." Yeah, I mean, I hope that they have too. I just didn't have time to find out. It They just had a bunch of different things all at the same time where all of a sudden it used to be that you could, request when I believe you wanted your food to arrive, or maybe it was when it shipped, and they sort of changed that and they were just shipping it out whenever. And I think one of the orders shipped out about 9 days after I ordered it. And I mean, I don't know, but I have an online website where I ship things from. And if I shipped something in 9 days, I feel like that would be really letting people down. I can't even imagine waiting 9 days to ship someone's order. I always package them up and get them out, the first day that I possibly can. So, anyway, I'm sure they're doing their best, and I don't mean to disparage them in any way because I think it is a great company. I just don't have time to deal with any glitches unless something is like super, super smooth sailing, then it's just not the thing that I use. But I have to say that Evermore has been so great. And they're also super, super nice. Like Evermore gave me a discount code for my viewers, which was great. So when people click on my link, they instantly get a discount on their orders. So yeah, I just really liked it. I felt like the customer service for Evermore was so good. They were just so reachable, so responsive. And so, yeah, that's why I switched. Nothing terrible or anything like that. I just feel like I'm always looking for outstanding service, not like just okay. And yeah, their service was just okay, which wasn't really good enough. So that is why I switched. He is being such a good little boy. He's such a little baby. So, okay, guys, this is pretty funny, but we are in talks about buying. For those of you that don't know, if you're new here, my husband and I really want to get this awesome luxury solar travel trailer. And it's like you can go off grid with it. It has everything that you need to live in it, basically. But it's funny. So we had a Zoom meeting with the owners this week about the unit that we would be purchasing, which we have to decide, I think, in the next week if we're going to be purchasing or not, which is a huge decision. But it's got this really cool feature. So the bedroom has a queen size bed, but you can actually fold the queen size bed up into a Murphy bed. And when you fold it into a Murphy bed, it has the underside of the bed becomes a desk, and it has two big monitors. So I could be editing my videos and things, which is like definitely key because having a great environment for editing videos is so nice. But they also in the entire bedroom put soundproofing and acoustic panels, which sounds so awesome. But this guy likes to lift his leg and pee on a lot of my things. And there's no trading him out of it because he definitely knows, right? I know, you know what you do. I know, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. You are who you are. But anyway, so he likes to pee on my things. And so I would love to have these acoustic panels. Like that would be so cool because if we are traveling or if we stop at an RV resort and there's noise, then I can still be filming and I can have, it'll be a little room. It's not going to be as big as my living room, but I can have a little room where I can film. But if the panels absorb sound they're also going to absorb dog pee if he pees on them. So just trying to figure out a solution. I think it's the funniest thing. We have to try to figure out a solution for our trailer because we know that our dog is going to want to pee on the walls because he pees on our baseboards here sometimes. So yeah, so that was pretty funny. It was like sort of it was sort of embarrassing to tell them in the meeting about it. But it is what it is. And like the dogs come first, and I want to make sure that they're comfortable. And also, I don't want to have something that's going to like absorb dog pee because that would make it such a nightmare for cleaning. But all in all, I think it would be an awesome unit for us. It's so cool. It's got a balcony. So it's an enclosed balcony. So the dogs could be out on the balcony if we're traveling, and they could be outside but still contained. It's got an indoor, or it's got a hot and cold outdoor shower, a really nice, like, full size bathroom, a washer dryer. And you can actually be not connected to any power or anything for 14 days, and you have all of your resources. So like we'd like to see a lot of things like we were just talking about last night. We'd like to see Yellowstone and all these beautiful national parks in Utah and things like that. But we really want to do it with our pets too. So anyway, pretty nervous about it, but I think it would be so awesome. And I think that the puppies would be so excited to travel and see stuff. And we were just saying how it would be really hard to do any of this stuff if we didn't have a trailer like that, because we really just we don't like to be away from our babies. So being able to travel with them would be super, super cool. But anyway, so we're just trying to make it so it also works with this little naughty guy, because you do like to potty on mommy's things, don't you? And no matter how much I try, he likes to do it anyway. But who knows, maybe Jeff was saying yesterday that maybe Alfie might be different if he was also in a trailer, because we would be literally going outside all the time. I mean, the outside would be so close. So it's a little harder in Boston to get outside. It's a bigger deal. But if we had our beautiful luxury travel trailer, we would be like outside. So it would be super cool. The only thing I'm nervous about is just that my cat might get away, because he is a little Houdini and he gets so many places and he's so hard to keep track of. So I think I can keep track of him, but I sure don't want to lose him. And of course, I don't want to lose any of the babies. But yeah, so we're really leaning towards it. And also, it would be awesome for us because we want to get a house, not right away, but we want to get a house. And we would get a fixer upper so that we can make sure it was healthy for me, and we could live in our cool little luxury RV while we were fixing up our home. So anyway, once you've been exposed to mold, you have to be careful about where you live. So if we had a little portable place that we could live, that would be so awesome. And I feel like either my husband and I would love each other extra, or we would fight a lot. But I think we'd get used to living in a really small space. He's really easygoing and sweet and things like that. I just don't know. I'm curious, what do you guys think the pets would think? Like, I'm almost more worried, would they mind living in a small space? Like, do you think that Yorkies care about how big your home is? Ours is 1,225 square feet, and it would be really, really small. No, Leslie, I would not leave the cat. So I would never, like, I appreciate your suggestion, but I would never, ever leave the cat anywhere. He's just part of the family. And once I get a pet, I don't like drop it off with somebody and then like take off. I just wouldn't take off if he couldn't be with us. Let's see. Doesn't it sound fabulous, JW? I think it sounds awesome. Oh, thanks, Tiffany. I appreciate it. It says a lot of the time they're nicer than actual homes. Yeah, this one is super, super nice. Like, it has every single thing you would ever need to live. Like, it's crazy how much stuff it has. It even has a bed. So you can sleep 6 in it, and you can turn like the dinette or dining area into a bed, but then you also, over that, there's this loft bed and you touch a button and it looks like it's just like a soffit and a bed just comes down with a touch of the button. So you can have a bed that's all pre-made for guests and things like that. Or if you need a separate place to sleep, you can do that too. So I think that's pretty cool. JW says, have you checked out Trent and Allie's channel? Sounds like your goals are similar to theirs. It's a good channel, except they built a new house while staying in a trailer. Oh, that's so cool. I haven't checked it out, but I should totally see it. It's so funny. So I follow, it used to be called Mavis the Airstream. It's this couple, and they travel with their blind 15-year-old little poodle. And so I actually asked if I could do a consult with the girl that has that Instagram, so she could kind of tell me about her experiences of traveling with him and what she thought, if there were like any drawbacks or things that she would change, or if she would do it again or wouldn't do it again. I didn't hear back from her. I had heard back from her about other things. So I was hoping, because I was like totally happy to pay her for her expertise, but sometimes it's just so nice to talk to people that have done the same thing. I mean, I think it's sort of like I have my Yorkie channel. Like it's nice to have someone that's gone through all of those things so you can get some advice and opinions and things like that. Let me see if I can show you guys. I know not everybody on here has necessarily seen a picture of what I'm talking about. Let me see if I can start to show you guys things that are on my phone, but I will show you just so you can get like a little sense of what it looks like. So like here's the bedroom of the trailer. It's called Living Vehicle. It's got a movie screen that pulls down over one of the windows, and the bed just pulls down. So that's a Murphy bed. And then let me show you. So this is another view of the bed when it's out. This is their dog. It's so cute. And it shows like the washer and dryer, the closet and things like that. Like it's just a beautiful little space. And then, sorry for so many pictures. This is a cute little kitchen. So you have everything you need. You have a dishwasher, a stove, and you actually have a full-size fridge, which you can't see in the photo. And I really want to show you the patio because I think that is, oh, and this is the shower, just so you can see, like the bathroom is as nice. It's nicer than the one that I have here, to be totally honest. It's a nicer bathroom. And I really want to show you the patio because the patio, I feel like, is what totally makes it, because the dogs could just hang out there. But it's so funny, they don't exactly have, I know I have a picture on mine, so I'll show you that. It's okay, Alfie, you stay here. You want to sit up? Okay, sit up. Hold on. Let's see if I can show you one more. I really want to show you the balcony. And no, stay. You're a good boy. Stay here. Okay, so this is the balcony, just so you guys can see. This is when Jeff and I went out to Santa Barbara. So it's all completely enclosed. So they could just hang out here and have a really cool outdoor space. So just to give you guys an idea of what I'm talking about, because I feel like sometimes it's so hard to picture, what people are talking about when they talk about something like that. So JW says they traveled with their dog Frank, refurbished a trailer, and built the house themselves. Whoa, they built it themselves. That is unbelievable. And this says Simply Rocks on YouTube lived in an RV with 5 or 6 dogs while her new house was being built. Oh my gosh, I want to see those things. So I'm going to put, if you don't mind, I'm just going to text those 2 names to myself, guys, because those things sound amazing. Okay, so you said Simply Rocks is one. So I'll put that in. And the other one, I'm going to just write in the name so that I don't forget, Trent and Allie. Okay, and it's just called Trent and Allie, just to make sure. Thank you so much, guys. I love things like that, because sometimes I feel like it's a really big decision. And sometimes when you can just look at what people are doing, and if they might have like a debacle that you never would have thought could have happened. So it's so much nicer just to get a little idea of it. So anyway, those are the big decisions. I mean, I think as long as I'm with my puppies and my husband, I can always be happy. But it's a big one. I think it would be really nice if like we could just do it for 3 months or something and then, instantly be in another house. But it wouldn't be quite that easy. So that's the only thing, to I guess that we have to think about. But still pretty exciting and everything. Oh my gosh, he's being such a good little guy. I'm so happy that it was an uneventful um, week with my Yorkies this week because it was so scary having Lola be sick last week. I think we've had such smooth sailing ever since we lived in this condo that I've just started to take for granted that there aren't going to be any health problems. His hair is starting to get so long. He's actually such a tiny little dog, but his hair is so big and fluffy. So let's see if I can even press it down. Look how little his little waist is. But he's just got hair that just sticks straight out. I'll definitely check out Simply Rocks. That sounds amazing. Thank you guys. I don't think it's your turn anymore. I don't think it's your turn anymore, but you're such a good boy. He's such a good boy. Yes, he is. I'm gonna put you down. Where's Poppy? Pops. Do you want to get groomed? Oh, she's behind me. Oh my gosh, what a baby. I was not even aware that she was, and look how much she needs to be groomed. Oh, poor Poppy. What a good girl. Yes, so we've been talking about doing it for so long, but now that it's actually available, I'm kind of scared about doing it. So we'll see. I don't think that we want to keep our condo in the city anymore. Either way, I think we want to get a place with a yard. And maybe after being in a city for all of the shutdowns and things like that, it's sort of I've lived here since 1997, so it's been a long, long time. But now I think I'm just sort of like ready to do something a little bit different. Very, very true, Jasmine. I could not agree more with you about birds of prey. So I think what we would do if we did have the balcony open, I used to have this for my iris playpen, but they made netting for it. So I would definitely have a special, I didn't really say that, but I would definitely do that. So great point. I would definitely have a mesh overlay made that I could tie to the corners of the balcony so that nothing could swoop in to get them. I wouldn't leave them out there just unattended or anything like that. And obviously we also would be right there too, but I would put something over the top because it's so true. You really just never know. Something can always swoop down and get your Yorkie because they are so, so small. So thank you. That's a very, very good point for sure. So what I was going to tell you guys as well is I'm really excited. There's a YouTube channel that I watch a lot that always teaches me new things about how to be a better YouTuber and how to grow my channel and things. And I just signed up. He has basically a video class on how to grow your YouTube. It was a little bit pricey, but I always like to learn new things and be better at what I'm doing. So I just signed up for it, and I think it's going to be good. So I'm super excited about it. And yeah, instead of watching TV, I'm learning how to be a better YouTuber, which will be super cool, I think. Oh, Poppy loves being brushed. She's a little glamour girl. She's the best little puppy. I am definitely ready. I don't know what climates you guys are all in, but it is so cold and salty and icy here. And I think I would love to be in a climate as well where we avoid that because I don't mind it so much for me, but it's not that fun for the puppies. And it's fine. I think they still, of course, they like to go out. But I wouldn't mind having nicer weather for more of the time, and I don't think they would mind it either. I don't use flea and tick meds at all. I think they, at least personally, I think they added to Teddy, my dog that I lost a few years ago when he was only 12. I think they added to Teddy's autoimmune issues. So I use I need to add that to my links. I've been actually trying to be so much better about my links because I do so much research. So I always put, if you guys don't know, I always have a bunch of links of my favorite things in all my videos in the description. And so I have been trying to be better about really including things. So I'm going to include, I'm going to put that, I'm just going to text that to myself so I remember. Link to natural flea and tick spray. Put that in so I do that later. I feel like I think of things once and then I don't think of them again. But I do use a natural one, and so I can link to that later for you if you would like. It's by Dr. Dobius, and I use a lot of his products. I use his vitamins and minerals because it can be really difficult for our puppies to get the vitamins and minerals that they need from food alone. And I've been really doing my best to support mine as well because they've been going through a detox after we lived in mold. And that really takes a lot of vitamins and minerals out of their bodies. So I've been doing my best to support them by giving them additional vitamins and minerals. And I think to each their own, but I really do think that the actual I don't want to say the brand that I used, but it was a brand of tick medicine that you put on your dog's back. And I didn't realize it until after Teddy got sick, but it's technically a neurotoxin for ticks. And so it's a neurotoxin for ticks, and it was definitely a neurotoxin for Teddy too. So I feel so, after having experiences where I had a dog that had an autoimmune disease, it made me feel so different about which products I would use and which ones I wouldn't. So, for instance, I would never use anything like a Glade plug-in in my home. I would never use synthetic scented mopping stuff like people use Fabuloso, different things like Pine Sol, things like that that have artificial fragrances. And then dogs walk through it and then they're licking their paws. So I use usually baby Ganix, or I use Aunt Fanny's, and really gentle things so that um, if they are, walking on the floors and then licking their paws, they're not ingesting anything dangerous. So basically, I try to do a lot of the same health things that I do for myself. Like I wouldn't put bug spray on my body. I think there's natural alternatives. I did a review for a company, some products from a company called Earthly a few years ago, and I love their products. So they have like a natural bug repellent. I would use something like that. But the more that I learn about what all those things do, the less likely I would be to use it on my body or my pet's body, because it just accumulates and makes us sick over time. So yeah, totally avoid it. Sorry for that long answer. Tiffany says, as I get older, I get more tired of Michigan bone chilling cold Arctic air. Eventually I will live somewhere warm year round. I feel the same way, Tiffany. We're definitely thinking about Arizona. I don't think we would be there year round, but I think that we're thinking about getting a place for the winters. I think it would be too hot for me for summertime and too hot for the babies. But during the winter, the weather is just so beautiful there. So yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. It's definitely, this is how I grew up, and I would miss the seasons. It's not that I mind being cold at all, but it's also just like every single night when I come home from work, I'm just freezing. And even on the dog walks, it's just so cold to be outside. So I wouldn't mind being somewhere where it's just a little bit more warm and comfortable, and where I don't always have to put jackets on the babies and things. I could really get used to that. Love this little comb for taking out Poppy's little eye boogers. It's so great. I don't know. Is it Dr. Bonner's? I really just have my favorites in the notes. I like um, the two that I recommend. So I really like, my very favorite is in my links, and it's the Aspana Silk. But I do like the Isle of Dogs a lot as well. Um, those are my two personal favorites. And once I have my favorites, I don't really look for anything else because if I find something that works really beautifully, I just sort of stick with that. So I don't know. I found a lot of the dog shampoos and conditioners just not to be moisturizing enough. Have you used it, and what did you think about it, JW? Bonners. Yeah, I hate autocorrect too. It's so funny. It always corrects whatever you are writing into something that's incorrect, it seems. So it's kind of funny. But although actually a lot of other times it works well. But for me, it always changes the word and to ABS. And I'm like, that's not what I wrote. Poppy, you look so beautiful. You are so beautiful. Oh, you're such a good girl. Love this little puppy. So somebody this week, I have a big mold playlist for helping other people that got sick from mold. And somebody left a comment and they said, what did they write? They were like, don't I don't want to worry you, but your dogs are bringing in mold all the time and they're just like mold magnets. And so I wrote them back and I said, I'm not worried. And they were like, well, you should be. It was just kind of funny because first they were like, don't worry. And then they were like, you should be worried. But I mean, of course, my dogs bring things from outside and things like that, and they kick up dust. But I also vacuum my house every single day and keep it as mold free as possible. And, like it's not like I'm not going to keep my dogs or something. I don't care if they're bringing in mold. They're like the best things ever. So people sometimes, I mean, there's so many wonderful people on YouTube, but it's so funny when someone like that just hops into the comments. They're a lot sometimes. But anyway, I'm sure you guys have seen that on YouTube as well, just out there on YouTube and out there in the world. JW says, I like Dr. Bonner's, but have never tried it on dogs. Have you tried the Isle of Dogs, puppy shampoo and heavy management, or the Espana Silk before, JW? Poppy's so happy. Look at this little girl. I've been working so hard on my YouTube. I feel bad. I've been on my computer a lot, and I think I need to put my computer away a little bit and maybe just like listen to music a little bit more because as much as I'm not watching TV, since I've started just doing even more work, I feel like they need a little bit more cuddle time and a little bit more snuggle time. Park Sarah says, anyone else's Yorkies love digging and parading around with a stick on walks. Mine don't walk around with a stick, but they definitely do love to dig on walks. And they also love to cover it up. So if they go to the bathroom, they're always sort of like covering it up after and things like that. You're a good girl. You want to get down? Okay, I'm going to get Lola. Just going to get the last dog. I am so casual today. It feels so nice to be in loungewear after working all week. I had a super, super busy week with clients and making everybody beautiful. So I'm like in my sweats and my slippers, and I just love Sundays for being casual. JW says, neither. I'm preparing for a dog later this year and gathering info. I think so. If you're to start, I would say the puppy shampoo and the heavy management would be perfect. The puppy shampoo is a tearless shampoo, and I still use it. I mean, obviously my dogs are not puppies anymore, although I call them puppies. But I like the fact that it's tearless for them because I personally can't stand when I get something in my eye that that causes tears. So I really like it for them. It works super, super well. I need to get rid of this pair of band scissors. They're not cutting the elastic so well anymore. I think they've had their day in the sun and they need to get thrown away, and I need to buy a new pair because they're kind of rickety and ready to go. Tiffany says, off topic, but like always feel free to be off topic because I have so many different topics. So I think that I use two things. I have a ring that I wear while I sleep called the Aura ring, which is Oura. I like that a lot. I I don't know why I have two things. I don't need two things. It's just extra of me. I have something. It's called a Whoop. It's WHOOP, and I really like it. I'm not wearing it, but I can run and get it so you can see it. So I really do like it. It looks good. It's comfortable. It doesn't have a face, so you don't see things while you go. It only like broadcasts to your phone. The only issue that I have with my Whoop is that it has had issues more than once since I got it, and they've been happy to replace things, but it's like newer than Fitbit, newer than other things, so it's had a few problems. I also think that it records stats a lot better than I don't think that the Fitbit was as good because it didn't record your HRV. That's your heart rate variability. And your HRV is actually more important than your heart rate. So I like my Whoop better. I think it looks better. It records more. I just wish that it was a little bit smoother. And um, I think like the battery died as soon as I got it. And that was a little bit frustrating because I wanted it to work. But I still would recommend it. I still really like it. And I think it's great. It tracks all my stuff. It tracks my sleep. And it basically says how rested you are and how ready you are for a hard workout. And it's very accurate. So it brings a lot of things into play. Like perhaps if you've had a lot of other hard workouts during the week, you might not be ready for one more. But it's pretty accurate. Like today, it was, I wasn't that recovered. I had a super hard few days and it was like, you should probably take it easy today, which is how I feel anyway. But I think it's, sometimes for me, especially with just trying to get so much healthier, it actually feels good to have my fitness tracker say that because then I don't have the guilt of feeling like I should be doing more. It actually just tells me like you should rest. So it tells me when I can go really hard with my workout and it tells me when I should rest. Um, let me go and get mine just so I can show it to you. I took it off a few minutes ago, but I'll put it on just so you can see. Come on, Lola, we're almost done with you. All right, guys, I'm back. So, okay, this is my Whoop. It's not obviously on me right now. I'm just going to click it closed. And this is how it looks. So it's very, very soft. It's got a really flexible band. And this is all you see when you're wearing it. So I'll put it on just so you can see a little bit of perspective for how it looks. They have a really cool band that I'm going to get. I'm trying not to buy a lot of stuff just because I'm thinking about living in a trailer, so I don't want as much stuff. But so it looks like this. I feel like I like how it looks. Like it just doesn't look like much. It doesn't feel like much. Super, super soft. But I'm going to get a band that my friend has that's black just like this, except this part is gold. And it looks so, so good. Like if you wear, like I have gold earrings. So it looks great with that stuff. But anyway, really, really like my Whoop and I like the information that it has. So anyway, I would recommend it. I just think that it's a newer company and they are still working out a few kinks. So I always like to give full disclosure for things that I'm, using because, there are pros and there are cons for every single thing. Although I don't know if I told you guys about my new eyelash serum that I've been using. I usually have the shortest eyelashes ever. And I don't know if you can see, but I actually have they're starting to be longish eyelashes. I've been using it for a month and it's clean and it doesn't irritate my eyes and things like that. And it's awesome. So no cons for that so far, but the Fitbit battery dying right after I got it, that was a con. So that was a little bit irritating for me. JW says, speaking of loungewear, Gap has an awesome sale right now. I just received my order 2 days ago. Ooh, thank you for telling us about the sale. I always love a good sale because things are so expensive these days. Thanks for telling us. And I'm glad that you just received it. And I hope you liked it too. Not only was it on sale, but I hope you liked it. Tiffany says, mine is a Fitbit and I'm so done with it. And JW says, I've had 2 Fitbits and both died after 1 year of use. Glad you asked the question, Tiffany, because I'm on the hunt for a different option. So it's super cool. I'll give you an idea. If you'd like to see, I'll just show you an example of what the interface looks like on my phone. So this is saying that I had a 55% out of 100 recovery. And it sort of shows you like the yellow line is showing how far you should strain your body, and the blue line in that little circle is telling you how much further you can strain. So it just gives you an idea of what you can comfortably do physically that day. And sometimes it encourages you to do a little bit more if you're a little bit rested. This week, I wasn't feeling my best, so my recovery wasn't that great. Like it was good. It was good. It goes into the green when your recovery is really good. And that's usually when you're ready for like more activity or a harder workout. And it's just super, super useful for people like me, especially. But I think anybody could benefit from that because it tells you when you really should be pushing yourself. And it also tells you, like, take it easy because I don't think all of us are good at actually listening. So sometimes we also just work out too hard and we need a break. Sarah says, do all your Yorkies love cuddling with you? I've got a poodle and a Yorkie, and whilst my poodle loves to cuddle with me, my Yorkie is much more independent and doesn't like cuddling as much. My Yorkies do all like to cuddle, although Poppy just recently started to like to cuddle more. Poppy actually started to cuddle more after I started detoxing her, and I think her little body was actually not feeling so good, which might have been why she didn't want to cuddle. But just like people, I think Yorkies can be different, and every single one, it really just depends on that individual Yorkie what they like to do. So I would say that Lola is the most cuddly. Alfie's also very cuddly too. He likes to be near me and he likes to follow me everywhere. And Poppy is cuddly sometimes. So they're all just a little bit different. Teddy was cuddly until his autoimmune disease kicked in, and then I think his body was bothering him. So he didn't cuddle me as much at that point. But before that, he was really, really cuddly. I mean, sometimes I think it's okay that they aren't all cuddly at the same time because I only have, like, if I'm doing something on my computer or trying to edit a video, my lap is only so big and it can be kind of hard to like work past a dog. So usually, like, one of them is cuddling me and the other two tend to like to sit on either side of me, which is super, super cute. Tiffany says, JW, I know they don't last long at all. The watch part detached. That's how I felt about my Fitbit. I was really careful with it. And, it's not like I don't treat my things gently. I take care of them. I'm not like beating up on them. And I feel like it lasted exactly 2 years, which actually was not that short of an amount of time. And then it broke. But I would just like for things to last a little bit longer. Like my makeup towels that I make, I mean, they still look new and I've been washing them for years and years. Like I have my original prototypes and they still look fabulous. So if that's possible, I think other things could last for a really long time too. I don't think they all have to just like all electronics should not die in such a short amount of time. But I think they make them so that you have to replace them super, super soon. Guys, if you're just hopping onto the live stream, feel free to say hello and introduce yourselves. And if you have any questions, also feel free to answer them. Even if we've already answered the questions already on the live stream, don't worry about it. Don't be shy about just saying hello and introducing yourself. It's a super, super friendly place. So you can always just join right into the conversation if you would like to. Lola has a bunch of eye things today. The girls who help me out at my home are so sweet, but not quite as thorough as I am about brushing. So I always have to really get in here when I brush. Sorry to be really looking away, but we've got some eye stuff here. Oh, Lola, you're a good girl. She's got the trickiest eyes for sure. Well, guys, I really like doing our more regular Sunday live stream. I'm going to do another one next week as well. But it's nice to kind of have a regular time. Sorry that we had so many technical difficulties on the first one. That was really funny. I have no idea of why the sound was like that, but I guess every once in a while the internet just does things like that. I mean, I don't know lots of different names for hairstyles, Sarah, but if you look, I just know the one that I do for my dogs. So if you look, I have a video about the teddy bear haircut and what I ask for at the groomers. But I don't know all the names for different haircuts. They are kind of vague with it. Possibly Suzanne, that used to be the groomer's harness, that has a different name now, but I can't remember it. She would probably have some different names as well. She's pretty technical with her stuff, so you might want to look at her YouTube for that. Marcella says, do your Yorkies keep each other entertained? Mine will for 5 minutes, but still want me to entertain them more. Yeah, mine don't really. I mean, they're pretty relaxed. Like they like to be together, but I don't think they're super active, on their own. They definitely want me to be here. They definitely want me to pay attention to them. So, I mean, they enjoy each other's company, but yeah, they want me all the time. Lola's just got these little bits that need to be brushed out. Well, guys, it was so nice to chat with you today. I think I'm going to run and eat a little bit of a late lunch because I got caught up doing some other stuff and never really got to my lunch. But Lola looks pretty fabulous. I'm going to do her legs, I think, a little bit later on, and I'm going to get a little cloth and clean up her eye because she keeps getting a little bit of, not too much, but just like a little bit of black gunk on her left side. And this says, Mariana says, hey, Megan. Hello, Mariana. How many Yorkies do you take to your job? Only one, Mariana. I feel like, so at my job, I charge people a lot of money to do their hair, and they definitely do like dogs, but I always try to really respect the spa-like atmosphere of the salon. So one is really good because it's really manageable, but more than one, and I feel like sometimes the appointment can become a little bit more about the dogs than the client. And on top of it, what I worry about is just they're so little and they're so fast. So, I'm not usually the one that opens the door at my own business. So I worry about somebody maybe opening the door and one of the dogs getting out. So just one at a time. And they really like that. They love that special mommy time. The other thing that works really well with that is that there's two that are left behind. So imagine if I took two to the salon, and what a good girl. If there were two that I took to the salon and there was one left behind, that one would be so sad. So yeah, I always just take one. They're all really different at the salon too. So Lola she's a really good girl, but she does bark at clients sometimes. But she really, really enjoys being there. She especially likes it if I'm working, if I'll put her into her little side sling bag. That's probably her favorite thing for me to do. So I do sometimes put her into a side sling. You want a little massage, Lola? Here, let's give you a little brushing, like just a little break. Yeah, you are such a good girl. I love you. I love you. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. She is my little sweetheart. She's my puppy I've had for the very longest. But so Lola really enjoys it. Alfie's actually a very good boy. And here's a funny fact. So I've told you guys that he likes to pee sometimes at my house. He's naughty with his potty training, but he's never done it at the salon. So he definitely knows the difference between being at home and being at work, and he never does it. And Poppy's just a great, great girl at the salon. She's really relaxed. She watches all the clients and she's like very interested in what everybody's doing, but she's probably the best behaved one at the salon. And actually she's the best behaved one everywhere that we go. Hello, Lola. You want more pets? Do you want more pets? You can have more. Okay. So anyway, that's what I do. I've also brought the cat just once to the salon, and he was a very good boy as well. So, well, guys, it was so nice talking to you on this beautiful, relaxed Sunday. Hope you guys are having such a good day. And if you want to check out any fitness content, please look at my other YouTube, which I am working on growing, and follow it if you would like to. I have it. If you go to my I don't know, my YouTube page, you'll see my other channel. So in that, I'm going to change the name to Megan Graham Fitness. But on the other channel, I'm in I think I'm wearing a white bikini. It's during my fitness modeling days. So anyway, if you feel like following that account, please follow that account too if you're into fitness or wellness or you want to get into better shape after the pandemic. So nice chatting with you guys. I hope you have a beautiful, relaxed Sunday. Enjoy your time with your babies. JW, it's always so nice to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by. It was great to see you too, Mariana, Marcella, Tiffany. It's always nice to see you. Sarah, thanks for hopping on and joining the conversation. It was great to talk to you. Just scrolling up here a little bit more as well. Jasmine, it's always great to see you. And thanks for following my other channel too. I really appreciate that. It's so fun to try to grow a second channel. Challenging but fun. Leslie, it was great to have you on here. Thank you for joining. Carrie, thanks for joining and hopping in on the conversation. It was really nice to have you here. Miss Millie, it was great to see you as well. Amelia, have a great day. Laura, I hope you have a wonderful day. If I forgot anybody, I'm so sorry, but thank you guys. Thanks for joining me. And I will see you next Sunday. I hope you join me. Bye, guys. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Marcella. Oh my gosh, Jackie, thanks so much for saying hi before I left. Have a wonderful day and thank you for joining. And there's no such thing as being late. You're right on time. Thanks for joining. Bye, guys. All the puppies say goodbye.